I've been asked pretty recently, what is the best way to farm mid essences? I'm going to answer that in sort of a longer video, but I'm also going to do what we in the military call a BLUF, BLUF. It's bottom line up front. Basically, this video could stream on for 15 minutes. I mean, I'm going to give a kind of a detailed what I think is the best answer. Um, but the bluff is going to be right here at the beginning, so that if you just want to hear the bluff and you don't want to hear the whole answer, then you can just listen to that. You just the next 1 to 2 minutes, and then bam, you're good. So basically, the bluff is farm the highest level that you can, as long as time and energy aren't something that you're lacking in the moment. And what I mean by that is, if you don't have the time, the for instance, at 1:30 a.m., you've got 30 minutes before the in Central Standard Time anyway. You've got 30 minutes before the dungeon resets to the next dungeon. Well, if you need a ton of mid essences from that dungeon, going to do B10 is not a good idea if it takes you 2.5 minutes to clear B10. Um, so B10 is usually a good answer, and I think it is almost always a good answer. But if you have a time crunch, now we're talking about efficiency and not effectiveness, just efficiency. So the big things that weigh against each other are time and energy. Again, trying to keep this sort of a bluff, I'll say that 7 is basically the next one that you would usually go to. If you can't do 10 in less than a minute 5 or so, like on this one, I think I had this team averages 44 seconds or something like that. I would just do this one over and over. It's less than a minute. I feel like it's okay. The loot tables are better from 10 to 7, obviously. So doing the best one. But if I only had 5 minutes, I wouldn't run this 4 times. I'd probably do 8 and run it, 7 times, something like that. So that's the bluff, basically. Do the highest one you can, unless time is now a factor. If energy is a factor, you still have the same problem. Do the highest one you can is still the right answer for if energy is the question, though. So that's the bottom line up front. Sorry. The other bottom line up front is that I'm having allergies. So yeah, dealing with that. It's been fun. Um, some of the people know allergies is sort of a under explanation for what's been going on lately. It's nothing crazy. I mean, not really. It's getting taken care of, and that's really what matters. So now that's the bluff. I'm gonna put that in the comments too, or not in the comments, but the description. So if you run into the description, you can save yourself a couple minutes just there. So here's the rest of it. So when asked the best way to do something, usually I say, well, there's no one best way, because if I tried to tell you what I think the best way is, usually I think people tell you a mix of effectiveness and efficiency, but maybe that's not what you were asking. Best does not necessarily, best can be subjective. It's not always subjective, but it can be. So what if you're somebody who has all the free time in the world, but no money to spend on refills, no extra energy to spend on anything in the game, stuff like that? Then I'm going to tell you to do B10 no matter how slow it is. Unless you just don't enjoy doing it, because this is a game and you should always have fun. That's also one of my favorite answers to hear in the game, by the way, is here's the answer if you want to min-max, but here's the answer if you just want to have fun. But hey, if you pick the I just want to have fun route, you don't get to complain about not progressing as far as, the min-maxers. I hyper-focused on PvE, and I jokingly complain about not being good at PvP, but it's not real complaint. I know that I didn't put in the work for PvP. I put in the work for PvE. So I'm learning PvP over the next couple months, and last month or two. Sorry. Anyway, back on track. Woo! I get distracted much too easily. This is why I have a bullet point thing in front of me, so I can remember where I was and and jump back to that. Sorta. So if you told me I have all the time, no energy, blah blah blah, I would say do the highest one that you can with a large success rate. If you can do B10 but you fail half the time, do B8. Try basement 8. If that works great for you, bam, great. I think 8 probably is as energy efficient as 7, if not a little better, probably a little better. But I cannot say that for sure because I have not been able to find official loot tables from Com2Us. I've seen some loot tables that people have put out, but even they admit these were not, this was done. I ran the game 500 times and this is what I got. So I don't want to make a decision based off those loot tables. I mean, even if I did my own, you'd have to run. I've taken a statistical analysis course or two in my time for my bachelor's, and I have to say that you would have to run B10 like 2,000 times probably. I mean, just off the top of my head, to account for the error of well, it's just being weighted. I mean, because it's if you ran it 4 times, then that's not a that's not a good grouping. Either is 10 or 20 or 50. Not really. Now we're talking something like this with so many moving parts. So I want to say 8 will be better. I can't say for sure, but I believe it will. If you don't think so, then do 7. If that's what makes you happy, then yeah, do 7. I do think 8 is fine. If that's the but so now let's go the other direction. You have no time, but you've got all the energy you could possibly want. Hey, Carl, I've got 2,000 energy saved up, but I've only got 10 minutes to do. What should I do? At that point, I would say to you, do 5 or 7. 10 is only the answer in that case if you can do 10 faster than I can. I can do 10 on about an average of 45, 50 seconds. I don't know. I haven't clocked the average of that one too much lately. You're going to see those numbers in this video a little bit. So yeah, 30 is the best. 43, 45 is probably the average that I'm hitting. So unless you can do that faster than I can and time is a crunch, don't do 10. You should be, if you can do 10 at around a minute or under a minute, then you can do 7 under 30 seconds. So you could jump to 7 and do it there. You could also jump to 5. 5 is the same energy efficiency, or it's not the same energy efficiency, I'm sorry. Has the same energy cost. But obviously, since it's lower, the loot table is going to be a little worse. So it's less energy efficient, but it is more time efficient. So if you have all the energy you could possibly want, running 5 over and over could be the answer. But we have to account for loading screen times and stuff like that. So if the difference in time from your runs is only 3 to 4 seconds, it's not really, it's not worth it. Just do 7. But basically 5 or 7 if that's the answer. So 7 is just a really good middle ground. If 7 is the one you can do, then great. If you are having a hard time doing above 7, don't feel bad. We all do. I actually don't do 10 of every dungeon. I don't do light or wind 10 because I can do them on auto, but my teams can't do it in 30 seconds or so, so I usually don't. If I'm going to AFK play, sure, because of what did I say earlier? Time is no longer a factor. It's all about energy efficiency. So I just throw it on 10, I throw on auto, and I walk away. And then whenever I get back to it and click, start the next one. So those two things are really the only two things that I can think of off the top of my head that change which one you would pick drastically, this is assuming that you can beat all of these levels effectively and at a reasonable amount of time. So if we no longer assume that, then it still becomes 5, 7, 10. It's just you cut off 10 because you can't do 10 yet, if you can't do 10. So let's say you can do 7, but again, it takes you a minute and 20 seconds. Do 5. 5 is going to be close enough, but the time it will take you should be at least 30 to 40 seconds quicker, so you should be able to do more. Now, if you're running low on energy and you have all the time in the world, then again, 7. But now we're just moving the bar basically from 10 to 7. And I don't think I would ever do less than 5 with one exception. And that is actually a secret that I am going to reveal on a later video. But I will say there is one reason to run lower than 5, and please don't comment what the answer is if you know it. I know I've told at least one person, but I've asked them not to say anything. Some other people have probably figured it out. I'm not a savant in this game or anything crazy. I study really hard. I research for these things before I go and say them. You know, I ask people, wow, that was, I don't know if you all saw chat just then, but it was somebody saying murder me, and that was just kind of, I feel I'm gonna let this person know that I recorded that afterwards and see if okay, I think they were joking. I'm not laughing because I know that person through this chat, just so everybody knows. Like I wasn't like, they want to be murdered. No, no, no. I know who that person is. I'm almost 100% positive that they're joking. I mean, I'm as sure as I could be without actually talking to them. They were just joking. So I'm not making fun of the suicidal here. Okay, this is I'm positive he was joking, and yeah. So kind of wish that wouldn't have happened. Now that threw me off my game, man. I had a thing going, and then now I feel thrown off my game, and I quit. I quit. So that's basically it. Like I said, the secret will be revealed in a further episode. So I've written something down I'm supposed to say to the audience on my way out of a video. It's what we're calling the outro until I decide to put music, and I'm not having anything big done to my videos production wise outside of my own capabilities, I mean, or maybe a close friend or something, until I hit 1,000 subscribers. When you hit 1,000 subscribers, that's when you can become a partner, is what they call it in YouTube, and that's when you can start getting paid for your content. Until I hit 1,000 subscribers, or at least get close to that mark, I'm not gonna be paying for production. There's no I'm not rolling in cash over here. That's not something I could afford to do on a regular basis if there was no money coming off of it. So that's just not happening, not for now. But yeah. So what am I supposed to rate? Here it is. If you enjoyed, because it'd be weird if I enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, press the yeah, thumbs up, that button. Like, thumbs up, yeah, that. And if you want to see more, I ain't reading this, never mind. So basically, what the gist of it is, if you like the video, press like. If you want to watch it again and put it on mute, feel free to do that, because, that helps my analytics. Cough, cough, cough. I didn't say that. I didn't hear that. Did y'all hear that? I didn't hear nothing. So no, I'm just, nah. So if you liked it, hit the like button. This last video I put out that got a lot of views only got like 6 likes, and it actually made me a little sad, but I'm wondering if that's not kind of the average. I don't know. We'll see. But also, and this is sort of the equally big thing, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like what's going on, you want to be a part of this as it goes, it starts to bloom, this channel, then hit subscribe. I have to have 1,000 subscribers to hit that point, the partner point. That's what I was gonna say a second ago. And that's when they start, allowing you to. You still have to jump through some hoops to get paid, but that's like the beginning part of being able to be paid. So 1,000 subscribers is my big goal right now, and we are nowhere near it. So it's not like I'm expecting it anytime soon. So right now I'm sitting at 29 subs. It's the 2nd of July. I had to check and see if it was after midnight, and it is 6 minutes. Yeah. So 29 subscribers, but 3 days ago I had 12. So, I'm not exactly mad at what's going on right now. I really, really appreciate how everybody has responded, how everybody has been like thorough and helpful, and like, hey, try this as content, try this. I really appreciate it. I really do. If you want to throw something like that in the comments, I can almost guarantee you're going to get a direct message back from me, probably on the comments, but still, from me. It's not, no one else is going to be, managing this page. I'll be managing this page. So if you drop something on there, I will be responding to you. That's basically it, guys. Have a good one.